Good morning, all of you. Welcome back to our course Artificial Intelligence. Our today's topic of video is script. So, in the last video, we discussed about the various techniques for knowledge representation. So, we discussed two techniques, two graphical techniques such as semantic network and frame. This is a graphical technique for knowledge representation, and two mathematical based technique for knowledge representation, that is a prepositional logic and the predicate logic. So in today's video we are going to discuss about another, or we can say last technique for knowledge representation, that is a script. So let me tell you when script is useful. Okay, see, every technique have its own benefits and drawbacks. Means it is not a case that a particular technique can be used every time. So it's up to you. You have to decide based on the knowledge that you want to represent. You have to decide which technique, which knowledge representation I should use, and which is applicable in a current situation. Suppose you want a graphical representation, then you should go for semantic network as well as the frame. And suppose you want to represent it mathematical notation, then you should go for prepositional logic and predicate logics. Again, in that case, some conditions are there. So it's up to you. Means n number of options are available. So based on your problem statement, based on the type of knowledge that you have and what kind of requirement you have, so you will decide which technique to be used for knowledge representation. So again, it's a very important thing to decide what kind of technique you should use for knowledge representation. So here we are going to discuss about one very different kind of technique called as a script. Now let me tell you when this script is useful. Suppose we have some sequence of events, we have been provided with a sequence of event and we want to represent it. So at that time the four technique which we have discussed cannot be used. So script is a knowledge representation technique which is used to represent a knowledge. Okay, script is a technique which is used for knowledge representation when we have a sequence of data. Okay, when we have a sequence of event to be represented, at that time script is useful. So let's discuss more about the script. So we can say that script is a structure that described a sequence of event in a particular fashion. Sequence of event is very important. Means when you have number of event and that event to be occur in a sequential manner, so at that time you should go for script, but you should not go for semantic network, frame, or any other technique. So at that time script is useful. So this technique is similar to the thought of scene. Just like that, movie is made up of n number of scene. What we can say that movie is nothing but a collection of scene. N number of scenes are there which is occurring one after another, or you can say that a sequence of event. Movie is nothing but a sequence of event. So if you want to represent it, then script can be useful. And it consists of number of slots or frame with a more specialized rule. So script is beneficial where we have sequence of data, and one problem with the script is that it may not be suitable always. Just like that, we have seen that suppose I have written a single statement, Marcus was a man. So in order to represent that statement, do we need to use script? No. So you need to identify that at what particular time which particular knowledge representation technique to be applied. So you have to decide based on the problem and based on the type of data. Now let's discuss more about the script. So try to understand what are the components of the script. So there are various components of the script, so that we need to understand one by one. So very first is entry condition. Entry condition means what? It's a condition that must be satisfied before a particular event is to be occur. Means we can say it is a prerequisite. Just like that, in order to learn artificial intelligence, I told you that one of the prerequisites is that you should have basic knowledge of data structure. So entry condition is nothing but a precondition. It is a prerequisite that has to be done before that event has to be occur. Then the result is nothing but it's a condition that will be true when particular event occur. Means you got the event, you got the result after that event is happened. Okay, next one is a prop or object. Object prop is nothing but a particular entity which is involved in the script. Let's say table is an object, menu card is an object. So we'll discuss about it, don't worry. So in short, you need to understand object is nothing but a particular thing that you need to means it's totally depend on what kind of script. Suppose in this particular video we are going to discuss the script of the restaurant. So in that case, table is an object, okay, chair is an object, menu card is an object. Suppose we are discussing about the script of the movie, then you can say again chair is a object, cinema hall is there, so a number of thing is there, theater is there. Next one is a role. So in a particular script we have a different role, just like in movie you different actor have to play different kind of role. Similarly in case of a script means what, ultimately it's a sequence of event just like a movie. So in that case a different entity has to play different kinds of role. Then next one is what, track. What kind of different tracks are there? It represent the specific variation in the script. Particular track is there. And finally the scene is nothing but a sequence of events. So these are the various components of the script. Now next one is a script symbols. What are the different symbols? See, these are the various standardized symbol that you have to use whenever you are going to generate the script. These are the predefined symbol that is being provided, and whenever we need to write a script for any particular problem, let's say in this case we are going to write a script for a restaurant, and suppose you need to write a script for a movie, or you can write a script for what we can say examination. So in that case you have to make use of this predefined symbol, because these symbols are given and while writing the script you have to use it. So let's try to understand what are the different predefined symbols is given, and what are their meaning and their examples, so that it will be easier to understand while discussing the script of a restaurant. So very first symbol is A-trans. A-trans means what, transfer the relationship, and its example is give. Then next one is a P-trans. P-trans means what, transfer the physical location. That means you are moving from one location to another. Its example is go. Propel means what, apply physical force, means just like push. Suppose you want to push a particular object, then you can use the symbol propel. Move means what, moving the body part. Okay. Grasp means grab an object by an actor. Grasping it means just you are taking out the particular thing. Ingest means just to eat. Expel means what, just cry. M-trans means just transfer the mental information, you can say tell. M-build means what, mentally make new information, that means decide. And then concept means conceptualize or think about idea, think. Speak, say something. Attend means we can say that you should be attentive while be lecture, means you are listening something, you are listening carefully. So these are the various symbols that we have to use while formulating the script, while writing the script. Now let's discuss one script of a restaurant. Okay, see, I can say this is a sample script only. I am not going to say that this is the only representation of a script for the restaurant. You may change it. Okay, this is only a sample script that we are going to discuss over here. So this script consists of certain props, that is under the objects. So what are the objects that is related to restaurant? Table, menu, food, check, money. These are the various objects which are related to restaurant script. Then different roles has to be played. What are the different role? So customer is there, waiter is there, cook is there, cashier is there, and owner of the restaurant. So these are the various role that has to be played. Then the entry condition. What are the different entry condition? Means prerequisite. What are the prerequisite? Prerequisite is that P is hungry and that P has money. P means what? Customer. In order to represent the customer, we are using the P, symbol P. Here you can change the notation. It is not a case that every time you have to use this symbol. I am just telling you this is the sample, but only thing is that you have to make use of a predefined symbol which I have shown you. These are the predefined symbol that you need to use while writing the script in case of artificial intelligence. So these are the various roles. So here we have precondition that the customer is hungry, when he should go to restaurant when he is hungry, and after that P has money, means if suppose you are going to restaurant to eat a food, so obviously it is important that you should have money, then and then you can able to eat the food. And result means what, after the event, after that sequence of event has been happened, what is the result, what is the output? So P has less money, obviously person go to that restaurant, eat food, so obviously before that is possessing for example 500 rupees, so after that 500 is rupees given to that restaurant, so he has a less money. So that's why we can say that P has a less money. Then P is not hungry because we expect that P has a customer has entered into restaurant and eat a food, so after that he is not hungry. Then P is pleased, that is optional. Maybe the some maybe in some case that customer is going to that particular restaurant and feel happy for that after eating the food. Sometimes he may not, or sometimes he may. Then S has more money. That means S has more money means what? Obviously S means what? Owner. Obviously that customer is giving money to the owner, so obviously owner is having more money. So these are the various we can say different objects we are going to use over here. And now we divide this script into 4 scenes. Just like that movie is divided into different scenes are there, and scene is nothing but a sequence of events. Sequence of event together form a scene, and group of scene is nothing but a script. We can say the collection of scene is nothing but a script. So this restaurant script is classified, or you can say divided into more appropriate word is divided, or you can say partition into 4 scenes. Scene 1 is entering, that means customer will enter into restaurant, that is a scene 1. Just like in a movie number of scene are there, similarly in case of a restaurant script, scene 1 is what, customer will enter into the restaurant. Then scene 2 is what, that customer will order the food. Scene 3 is what, customer will eat the food. And scene 4 is what, customer will get exit from the restaurant. So these are the 4 scenes. So restaurant script is majorly partitioned into this 4 scenes. So let's discuss all this scene one by one. So very first thing, just I told you that while writing the script you have to make use of this symbol. So here you can see P. P means what? Customer. Customer P trans P. What is the meaning of P trans? Means transfer physical location. That means go. That means what we are saying? Customer will go to restaurant. P trans P into restaurant. That means customer go to the restaurant. Then P attend eyes on the table. Attend means what? Listen, focus means that obviously customer, once that customer reach to that restaurant, look for a table. Okay, look for a table to sit and eat the food. Then P means what? Customer. And then embed means what? Decide. Then customer will decide where to sit. So initially what we have seen, that customer will go to restaurant, then customer will look for a table. After that customer will decide where to sit, because a number of options may be available, that 3 tables are empty or vacant. So customer has to decide on which particular table he or she has to sit. Then P trans to P2 table. That means customer has decided I need to sit on table number 4. So then customer 4 has to transfer the physical location. That means customer go to that particular table, and then customer will sit on that particular table. So this is what a scene 1 that tells us that customer has entered into restaurant. After entering into the restaurant, next thing is order. Obviously once the customer will sit on the table, he looking for you order. So in that case 2 things are there, either menu card is directly present on the table itself, or second thing is that menu card is not available on the table but menu card is present on the another table. So in that case 2 things are there. So this is a case 1 where the menu card is available on the table. So P trans menu to P, that means customer will look for that particular menu card which is present on the table by itself. And our second condition is that S means what? Owner will ask for menu. Yes, that the owner is sitting on the counter and the customer is seated on that particular table. So in that case customer will ask the waiter to attend that particular customer. So here you can see S. M trans signal to O. M trans means what? Send or tell. That that owner will tell to that waiter to attend that particular customer. Then O, P trans O to table. That waiter will P trans means what? Go. That waiter will go to table where customer is sitting. Then P M trans need menu to O. That means P will ask. P means what? Customer. Customer will ask for menu to waiter. Then waiter will go to that menu. Means maybe menu is present on the another table. So waiter will go to that table to collect the menu, and then that waiter will provide that menu to the customer. So here we reach that menu card has been given to the customer. So here also menu card is given, and here in this case menu card is taken by customer itself, and in this case that menu card has been given by waiter to that particular customer. So after giving the menu card, obviously next thing is what? That P M trans food list to P. That means the customer is telling to itself that yes, this is a list of food that is available in the restaurant. Then P M build choice F means what? That customer will decide. M build means what? Decide. Customer will decide what kind of food he or she wants. Then that customer will signal the or call that particular waiter. Okay. M trans means what? Tell. Then that customer will ask for waiter. Then waiter go to that particular table, and customer will ask to that waiter that I want this particular food. After that that waiter will reach to the V. V means what? Cook. After taking the order from the customer, that waiter will reach up to cook, and in that case there are two conditions are there. So obviously that waiter will ask to that cook that this is a food that customer wants. So in that case two possibility we have mentioned over here. Either that cook says to waiter that this food is or this particular dish is not available, then that waiter will again go back to that customer and tell that customer that no food is available. So in that case customer can take two decisions. If the customer is desperate to eat particular dish, then in that case customer will go to scene 4. Scene 4 is what? Exit from the restaurant. Or maybe if customer is sensible or he adjustable, so it's okay that particular dish is not available, so I should again I will give order of another food. I will ask for another dish. So here given that go back to star, that means here that again customer will decide another kind of dish to eat. So this is one situation, and second condition is that that cook that particular dish which is asked by customer is available in the restaurant, and cook will prepare the food and give it to that particular waiter. Okay, so this is what a condition, or you can say here scene 2 ends. Scene 2 means what? Only ordering, that customer will give order to that particular waiter. And then scene 3 is what? Eating of food. So in this case we expect that cook has given food to waiter, and now we A trans food to O, that cook has given that food to waiter, then waiter has given this food to the customer. Then P ingest F. Ingest means what? Eat. Here you can see ingest means eat, that customer will eat the food. F means what? Food. Here you can see here F represent the food, so customer will eat the food. After that customer again have two option, either to go to scene 2. Scene 2 is what? Ordering of a food, or otherwise customer can go to scene 4. Scene 4 is what? Exit from the restaurant, because after eating one dish customer has to decide whether he or she wants to order another dish, or he or she has to exit from the restaurant. So for that purpose that customer will ask to waiter. M trans means what? Tell. That customer will tell to that waiter that bring the bill. So O move write check. Check means what? In this case bill. That waiter is going to write the bill and provide it to customer. So again that waiter will give that particular bill to the customer. Then that customer will give. A trans means what? Give. That customer will give tip to that particular waiter, and then that particular customer will go to K means what? Cashier. Means what is happening over there, that waiter has given bill to that customer, then customer has given a tip to that waiter. After that, customer will go to cashier. K means what? Cashier. And then that customer will give money to the cashier, and after this that particular customer will get out of the restaurant. So in this way we have written a script for a restaurant. So in this way we have completed this scene 4. So this script is divided, partition into 4 scenes. One is customer going to enter into restaurant, customer will order the food, customer will eat the food, and finally after eating the food, customer will get out of the restaurant. That is what a exit. So this is how you need to generate a script for given problem statement. So based on this, you may get a problem statement, write a script for watching movie, write a script for exam, write a script for restaurant. So in this case, so in this way you have to write the script by making use of this predefined symbol which is available. So it's mandatory to make use of predefined symbol. Here you can see everywhere we are using this. So these are predefined, but the props, roles, entry condition, that you have to decide by yourself. And again you can make use of different variable to represent the different condition. That is a user defined. We can say role, entry condition, result, props, all these are user defined. Even this scene 1, partitioning of given script into how many number of scene, that is also user defined. Maybe the case that suppose I am asking a particular student to write a script for restaurant, he may write in 5 steps, 6 steps, or 6 scene, because you can't say to director that you just divide that movie into 20 number of scene, 30 number of scene. It's totally depend on that director. That particular director has to partition or divide the movie into how many number of scenes. So same exactly is happening over here. So it's totally decided by that particular student in how many scene he or she has to partition the given script. So I hope you understand the last knowledge representation technique of a knowledge, that is script, because before this we discussed 4 knowledge representation technique, that is prepositional logic, predicate logic, semantic network, frame, and finally we discuss about the script. So I can say that every knowledge representation technique have its own speciality, and it is used to represent a specific knowledge. So let me recall all these technique. Suppose you want to represent a simple statement, represent the knowledge simply by using mathematical mathematical technique. So you have prepositional logic and predicate logic. Prepositional logic have its own drawback or limitation, that it can represent only the fact which is either true or false. But suppose a particular statement is not true or false, so then you should go for predicate logic. So predicate logic is a more extended, it's an extension of prepositional logic, but it has one limitation also, that we cannot represent the tense by using that particular predicate logic. Then we discuss about semantic network, which is a graphical representation of a knowledge. It represents the knowledge in graphical form. Similarly we have frame, and it has also its own structure, just like object, class, attributes. And finally we discuss about the script. So when you should use script for knowledge representation, when you think that there is a sequence of action, sequence of fact is being there, or sequence of event is there which is happening one after another, then at that time you may make use of a script. Thank you.